continue to carry the narrative of racial and homophobic beatings by MAGA supporters on top of it. We just had in the news the lady who slaps the hat off the one guy just sitting at a bar. He had the MAGA hat on, and some lady comes up to him and smacks the hat off of him. She gets arrested. As they're taking her out, she smacks the hat off him right in front of the cops. You hear from other people who who don't get into the news, and you casually have conversations with them. You hear that they're worried because of the racial things going on. And that's all in part to, like organizations like CNN, who continue to carry a narrative that was found out to be a hoax. It was a complete setup, a conspiracy. There's no theory behind it. There's no theory. It was an actual conspiracy. See, those things do happen from time to time. People don't believe that sort of thing. But we know the numbers of people that listen to CNN and the other mainstream media outlets that all jumped on the narrative. Right away, they were all on it. It's funny, Mr. Schukette there, Schukette. Long-time listeners know I make up names for people. I try to be clever, a little different. But he was close friends with the Obama family. So, you start wondering, well, we had a lot of racial things growing during the Obama administration, and now we see a very close associate to the Obamas engaging in fake news, conspiracy to defraud the people of the United States into maybe possibly starting a racial war. These things, as we've seen like with the Rodney King situation, this starts people emotions, and it gets people angry. And sometimes that leads to property damage and people getting hurt and killed. I wonder how many people, and I'll leave this up to you to check into that. I wonder how many people in those LA riots were killed that law enforcement actually figured out who killed them and sent them to prison. So with a thing like this, that the juicy Schmeckle, Schmuckette, Schmuckette. I got to get that right. You come up with a funny name, you got to get that right. He was trying to get people mad about a situation that could get whole areas of the country up in an uproar, to where, as we saw in different cities across the United States during the Obama administration, buildings got burned down. Baltimore, Ferguson, people got hurt. And here's a guy trying to do something like that, fake news. And the CNNs and the MSNBCs and all the other media outlets out there who engaged in the same rhetoric, promoting the same narrative, we're all engaging in one big lie that could have, and we're lucky this was exposed, it could have caused a reactionary event. People get mad when things happen. Now, on the other side of the coin, we have the independent media. This week we had a doozy, though, ladies and gentlemen. We had such a doozy for us YouTubers out there. And I don't know how many of my YouTube friends out there are listening at this time, but there's this guy, Mr. Jim Beckwith. Brothers, he says, my brothers and sisters. Supposedly a religious guy. I'd like you to listen to this liar, this con artist, this phony baloney, good time rockin' Roni, ironiously lying here.
Howdy, folks. Brother Jim reporting here. We have big breaking news. Soros has been arrested, as I reported earlier. And Obama has been arrested and is being detained at Gitmo. Obama has pled guilty to 9/11, to falsifying, killing Osama bin Laden. It was all a big cover-up. George Soros has been arrested. He will be extradited to the United States. George Bush is guilty of high crimes. Obama is begging for his life because he is being charged with high treason. Because Donald Trump wants to cut all the heads off the snakes before he brings in martial law. Breaking news. Billionaire financier George Soros has been arrested. We're also learning that former President George Bush has pled guilty to many charges, including the planning and cover-up of 9/11.
Now you heard it from his own mouth. Obama, Bush, Soros. Unfortunately, everything he said in that video is a lie. What's even more amazing, this video came out on February 11th, 2019. It's got 669,000 views. 669,000 views. That's amazing. It's amazing that this guy can tell you so much fabricated information, so much direct, outright lying. And YouTube has not taken this guy's video down. Now that amazes me because there's been a couple times in the past when the banger himself has put out videos with actual factual information. I had some strikes against my channel. And ever since that, I can't get any views. Now this guy, he won't allow comments on his video. He hasn't taken the video down. It was out February 11th, proven to be lies. You know why it's a lie? Because Obama just about, I think it was Tuesday, was giving a speech against men. Another anti-man speech by Obama. George Soros this past week was in, I think it was France or Poland. I think it was France. He was buying radio stations this week. Except you heard in the video that Soros was arrested. Obama was pleading for his life. So bad that he was cutting down men at a university and getting paid for it to be there. George Bush, well, he's been out and about in the news. You could have Googled that. George has been doing a couple things. This guy, complete fabrication, clickbait video. And YouTube won't take it down. It's still there. He won't take it down either. Why would you take down a video that has almost 700,000 views? Almost. Why would you do that, right? Doesn't matter if it's filled with lies. Because according to YouTube, that's okay to lie. Thought we weren't supposed to have fake news, but fake news is relative. If it's something you don't want exposed, that's fake news to some people. This guy here, he's telling such erroneous, fabricated information that he's the kind of guy that should be banned from YouTube because 600,000 plus people have listened to this. 15,000 people have liked it, thumbed it up. Only 3,000 or so have thumbs it down. So can you imagine how many people believe this guy? They won't check the information. They won't make sure that they're not being lied to, which was easy because I checked it out myself. I'm like, no way is this happening. No way. So I go, okay, where's Obama? It's real easy. You go into Google and you type President Obama's recent engagements. Boom, comes up, and then you can narrow the search for the last week, because I just wanted to cover the last week, because this was put out on the 11th and we're in the 20th right now, right? If he was in jail and begging for his life, he definitely wouldn't be making public appearances and the media wouldn't be covering it. And he definitely wouldn't be bashing men and toxic masculinity. Maybe he's endorsed by Gillette. I don't know yet. It happens, They need to make money. Obama was, he can't like bleed the American people dry through the back door and put a lot of money in his pocket anymore. So he's got to actually earn a living somehow. So you got to do speeches like Hillary does. They give speeches to make money. I give speeches here on the radio. I don't make money. So there's like an imbalance there. But getting back to Mr. Jim the Liar, if you listen to this guy, you'll never know the truth, man. You'll never know the truth. And therefore, never understand why everything continues on the same path it always does. Wake up. Wake up. And I don't want to insult the person that sent me the video of this guy. I do not want to do that. But we can't let guys like this get 600,000 views when he's telling lies and people are believing him. Do you know how many people spread the word on this? I can't even see the shares on this one. But if he got 15,000 likes, guaranteed it was shared all over the place. So in one way, the dummies will think it's true. In another way, the smart people will think the alternative media isn't credible because of idiots like this guy. And it aggravates the living crap out of me. And when I do my best to get things right, and if I make a mistake, I correct it. This guy, the video is still up. It's his main video on his page. And all he's done, because people have caught him in the lie, is he turned off the comments so you can't expose the lies that this guy is telling you. This falsifier. He's a deluder, man. And people listen to him. And it frustrates me because since my exposure of some information back in the day, I haven't been able to get any traction in the YouTube world, especially because they won't give me. They've shadow banned me. I'm not in people's feeds. I don't get the views anymore. Even if I get the views, which is amazing, I'll have 5 likes and only 2 views. They haven't figured out how to manipulate that yet. People can still get through and like something, and the view count doesn't look right. All I'm saying, people, is really take the time to research all the information you get in. Don't believe people and share these people information that they hand out without double checking it yourself. And in the case of this guy, all it took was 3 or 4 YouTube searches, Google searches on where the president or the former president or where George Soros or where any of these people have been in the past week. And that's why I'm doing this video, because it's going to be in the title. Oh, Jimmy boy, my brother, you're a lying sack of garbage. You're a fabulist, a sensationalist, a clickbaiter, deceiver, phony propaganda artist. And just like the mainstream media, I'm going to expose people like you, because we need less people like you in the world than we do the good people who really truly want to put out good information.